Welcome back. It's been a while since I uploaded any video. I was a bit busy with some work, but now I'm really excited about it and a lot of new courses are going to come up. But before bringing up new courses, there are things which I need to complete first because I left this project for login and sign up in half. So we just need to complete our control layer method, whereas in our previous video we have already completed our service layer for all the methods which we are required to use in our controller layer for login. We have find all, find by ID, and then save login info. So let's quickly jump in and complete our login method. So once any user login, we need all the information for that particular user. So we need to create our endpoint. So let us create our endpoint. It will be customer slash login, and then it will be a public method. It will return the list of customer login, find, or login. Okay, and then we are going to simply return it, customer service dot find all login. That's it. This will return all the login methods. Now let us quickly complete our, because whenever user login, we need to insert the value when user login. So we'll create an endpoint for it. As customer slash login. This will this one. This will be also public. Customer detail login. Customer detail login will be the return, and customer detail login. This will have a request body because we need to pass the login information. Customer detail login, and then we are going to simply save the record in our database while going through our service layer. Customer detail, customer service dot save login info, and then pass our customer detail login. Simple. Now let us quickly also complete that if we need to get our login info for a specific ID. Customers login, we need to pass our parameter customer detail login ID, and then we are going to create our method. Customer detail login. Okay. So customer detail login, then will be part of our path variable, then it will be an integer type, customer detail. If you are watching till now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And then we will have a return type of customer service dot find by ID login. Okay, and then you pass our login ID. Perfect. We need to will pull our optional. So now this is our method which we have implemented in our previous video. If you haven't watched the previous video, you can go and watch the previous video. Okay, perfect. So now let us run our application and see where it is able to pull them out. So the application started successfully. Now we will open our Postman PC. Okay, now we'll see that we have only one sign up details. We only have one record in our database, which is anonymous with the ID of 1001, whereas we don't have any information in our login table. So we'll first insert it and then we will update it. But before that, we'll create all our endpoints. So now we will be needing one. We'll duplicate it simply. We'll come here. We will customer login then login. This will be a get method. Okay, right now there is no information, so it will return nothing. It will return empty. Whereas we'll have a customer by ID also. We'll just duplicate it and we'll have customer login /ID. Okay, and then customer /login /. Currently there is no, it is returning null because there is no information. Now this is something edge case, that why it is returning null, why it is not returning empty. We'll cover all these things in our later video, but now let us quickly complete and jump into our new course or start our new course. We will learn a lot in our Spring Boot endpoints with the JPA. So now let us quickly create one more, which will be inserting our login record in our database. So we'll have /login simply, and then this will be our body. We'll keep username and ID both, and then let us pass the timing. So now we'll be having login time, and then we will be having logout time. Once you are login and once they log out, you need to have the time there. In future, when we are going to build dashboard, they will be needing both the information. Okay. Yeah. So now let us add our login information. Okay. Let us see that what all information we needed in our database. So we need ID, then login time, logout time, login user ID, and login username. Okay. So we have our user ID, username, and then we have our login time and logout time. So now let us add our time. What date is today? It's 15, 1.09, 24, and then we will have our time. Regularly, this time will come from our front end. Okay, when they are going to expose our end, whoever is going to expose our API, we can have our that party is going to pass. Who is going to consume our API, that is going to pass our login information. Okay, this will be our user ID, this will be our username, and then our. So now this our code, this is so now we'll run it, we'll see what will happen. Okay, perfect. So we have returned the ID when they have inserted the record in our database, and it will return the ID which they have generated. So now we'll come back to our database to see there was no record exists in the database. Now we'll rerun our query and we'll see that what will come. Okay, perfect. The record appearing in here that username anonymous has logged in during this time and logged out during this time. Okay, now there are some edge cases scenario. Okay, right now I insert this query whereas I have login time and I have logout time, but what will happen, right, that once user login, so user will stay in the application for particular time, and then they will have our logout time. So they are not going to pass me there are multiple ways of doing it. Means, okay, let us understand with an example. So now we will not pass anything in our logout time. Okay, we will not pass anything in our logout time. We will just remove it. We will pass it empty. Now just imagine that user re-login around, for example. Okay, so now this user again login. So now we'll fire our API and see what will happen. We'll fire our API and see. Okay, so user logged in, no issues. Logout is empty. That's not an issue. And the new record is created. Yeah, we need to always create a new entry. We need to audit this thing. Our login into our application. Now we'll come to our database. We'll see. Okay, so the new record is already been updated. Okay, but we don't have logout time because user is still using the application and there is no logout time. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to have a scenario, or there is a way to solve it. But right now, if you see, right now, imagine that we don't want to insert other details. We don't want to create a new record. Okay, meaning to say, once user log out, you cannot create a new record. Okay, for example, now I remove my login time. Okay, or maybe I just control X and control V. So now user logged out after 5 minutes. So now what will happen? What do you think? What is going to happen is that once I create it, it will create a new record. Okay, it has created a new entry in our database. Okay, it has created a new entry, whereas you see what is the problem here? We have one entry for our login and another entry for our logout. But what we want was that both the things should be in the same entry. Technically it is correct, things are working. We have our login information, we have our logout information, but this is wrong. Eventually your code is working, but the functionality wise from business perspective it is wrong. So you will have so many entries for login and then you have so many entries for logout, rather than we can have same entry for our login and logout. So we have done it here. Okay, so now for now we are not going to solve this problem. Later on we are going to solve this problem. This is quite unique, right? That how you are going to, this is how login and logout things work basically. Everyone teaches you that, oh, just insert a record into a database, but how we are going to solve this issue? So anyhow, for now we are going to, video is getting longer, but we are going to solve this issue. Okay, so that's all for now. If you are liking it, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.